You have no right to keep me prisoner like this, Geraldine, and I won't stand for it.
My dear girl, you may leave any time you like. No one is stopping you. But if you do go, you go alone. Jamie is staying right here until his father arrives.
You have no right to meddle in my affairs like this.
You should be thankful that I arrived when I did. I just saved you from making a very stupid mistake.
Oh, yes, that sounds just like you, doesn't it? The big judge of what's right and what's wrong.
Raven, it was Judge Lewis who decided what was right in the custody case. If you had taken this baby to London...
Who said I was going to London?
Oh, you have enough luggage packed here for a trip around the world. Don't try to fool me, Raven. I know exactly what you were trying to do. You thought you could circumvent the decision of the court by spiriting this baby out of the country.
He is my son. I just want him, that's all. What's wrong with that?
That would have been a criminal act. Just lucky for you that I caught you in time.
Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm living through some kind of a nightmare.
Well, it was something you dreamed up all by yourself.
I love my son. I love you, Jamie. I just want you with me all the time.
You can see Jamie as often as you like. The visitation rights are very generous. As a matter of fact, more generous than they should be.
Well, it's not enough. I want him with me all the time. I want to see him whenever I want to.
Stop this. You never missed an opportunity to be away from this baby. Why, when you went to London the first time, you went without him. Now, surely you don't expect me to believe...
That's not true! Why did I go through all of this stuff if I didn't love him? Oh, God, in my head, I feel sick.
Raven, these hysterics are completely unnecessary.
I really do feel like I'm going to faint. Would you please get me a glass of water?
Very well.
Well, this is the second time I've caught you trying to walk out with my son. Geraldine, what are you doing here anyway?
I came to find some aspirin, which I can certainly use.
I'll tell you exactly what she's doing here. She thinks I'm going to run out with Jamie or some ridiculous thing like that.
And just where were you going with Jamie?
I was going downstairs to visit a neighbor, Mrs. Cross. She adores him. She babysits for him all the time.
She's lying, Logan. Look at all this luggage.
This is all Jamie's stuff. It's for you, and it's very nice luggage, so I expect it back, all right?
Yeah, you have some nice pieces here. Ooh, it's nice lingerie, too. A little big for Jamie.
All right. So some of this is my stuff. I was going on a trip. You think I want to stay here when you take my baby away from me?
Just where were you going?
None of your business.
London is lovely in the fall.
Oh, isn't it?
Will you just leave my house? You have no business to be here.
Logan, she's quite right. There's no reason for me to be here now that you've arrived. I'll go back to the hotel and see if those things for Jamie have been delivered.
Geraldine, thank you. Okay. Which of these cases have Jamie's things in them?
So that's the way you want it, huh? You're just gonna take his stuff and take the kid and walk out of here like nothing happened.
Well, I thought about bringing along a string quartet, a little background music, something sensitive.
Logan, how can you joke at a time like this?
Oh, Raven, this is pointless. I didn't come here to joke. I didn't come here to insult you. I just came to get my son.
Please, don't do this.
Do what?
My whole life will be over if you take away my little baby. I won't have anything left. Now, I'm probably not going to have another baby. And you were certainly the only man I ever loved.
Oh, Raven, cut it.
It's true, you know it. I never loved Kevin Jameson. You know it as well as I do. You were the only man I ever loved.
Me and Elliot Dorn and how many others?
All right. I know I shouldn't have done that, and if I regret anything I've ever done, it's that. But you were so busy being district attorney, you never had time to be my husband. That's why I turned to Elliot. You know I have to have a man interested in me all the time. I can't live without that.
First honest thing you said today.
I never really stopped loving you. And I probably never will.
Come on, Jim. Raven, you did give me one very, very precious thing, and in spite of everything else, I'll always be grateful for that. Come on, kid, we gotta get out of here. I'll send for his things later, all right?
No, Cliff, it's the reply affidavit I need. The one with all the checks in it as evidence. Look around your desk. Maybe Anna left it there by mistake.
I am telling you, it is not on my desk. Oh, wait a minute here. 1822-6, Russell Harrington plaintiff versus Jackson Bryant.
Yeah, that's it. Look, how long are you going to be there tonight?
At least an hour. Why, you need this?
Yeah, I need it. That's what I've been trying to tell you for the last 10 minutes. I can't finish my work without it.
You know, Drape, it's a little late for the messenger service.
Yeah, I know. I'll come down and pick it up myself. I'll see you a little bit later, Cliff. Bye-bye.
So you left it there after all, huh?
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah. Can't Cliff drop it off on his way home?
Oh, he's working a little late. I don't know what he's doing, though. There's no litigation pending.
Yeah, well, it's a shame you have to go down there and pick it up.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. He changed his mind.
Scott residence. Oh, yes, Doctor. She's right here. It's your brother.
Oh, hi, Miles.
Hi, kiddo. Listen, I'm afraid we're going to have to cancel our dinner plans for tonight.
What happened? Did you get hung up at the hospital?
Well, I just admitted a patient I want to keep a very close eye on.
Well, if you're not going to be long, I guess Draper and I could go over to your house in a little while, keep Nicole company until you're free.
The patient I'm talking about is Nicole.
Oh, my God.
Nicole had a slight accident. Don't worry, it's not serious. She just bumped her head a little bit, knocked herself out in the process.
How and where did it happen?
It happened where most accidents happen, in the home, in her own bathroom. She thinks she slipped on a soapy floor, something like that.
Miles, are you sure she's all right?
Oh, yeah. Still, it was lucky Jody looked in on her when she did.
Well, look, if it isn't serious, why the hospital?
Well, you know me, overcautious Doc Kavanaugh. Besides, when she's here, I get to see more of her. It's very cagey of me, don't you think?
You don't sound very worried.
No, you don't have to be either.
But, well, look, this accident, does it have anything to do with her anemia?
Well, she was very weak. I'm not going to rule that out.
Is there anything Draper and I can do?
No, I tell you, things are pretty well in hand here.
Look, if Nicole would like some company, Draper and I could be down there in half an hour.
April, I would rather that Nicole just took it easy tonight. You and Draper, you go out and have a nice evening, and don't you worry. I'll call you with an update as soon as I get home. Okay?
All right.
Good night.
Thanks.
April and Draper send the best.
Oh, hey, I hope you didn't tell them to rush down here with flowers and candy.
Nope. Not going to have any visitors tonight.
Good, because if anybody wants to visit me, they can come by the house tomorrow morning where I will receive them, since you're going to let me out of here first thing tomorrow, right?
We'll see.
Miles, I am not going to stay here past tomorrow morning.
Well, you probably won't have to. I'm not going to give you any guarantees, though. Keeping a captive here gives them a chance to run some new tests. And it ensures you'll get the rest that you need. Come on, just relax. Make the best of it, huh?
I hate being sick. And I detest this hospital.
I know.
Well, at least some people are happy. Logan has Jamie back and... Oh.
What?
Jody's looking pretty happy these days. Kelly stopped by this morning, and while I was preparing to take my bath with the grace of an elephant, Jody was in the kitchen preparing breakfast for Kelly.
Oh, this sounds serious. She must have heard the way to a man's heart is through his digestive system.
Well, I think that we might have a young romance blossoming in front of our very eyes.
Well, very young. I don't think I'm going to start stocking up on rice and old shoes quite yet.
Oh, absolutely not, but they look perfect together.
Nah. There's only one couple I know of that looks perfect.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Do I know him?
Gee, I don't know. It's a very dashing doctor and a very beautiful newscaster. I believe they live on the corner of River Street and Pine.
The Kavanaughs.
Oh, yes. Do you know them?
Oh, yeah, they're very, very lovely couple.
Yes, the cat's whiskers, I would say. Well, visiting hours are just about over.
I thought doctors got special privileges.
We do, but I got just a couple of chores. I'll be back, all right?
Okay, I'll be here. I love you.
I love you. Close your eyes, huh? Go to sleep.
They are a very lovely couple. For how long?
Good. I was just going to have you paged, Miles. I just got this report back from the hematology lab. The results are just as you thought, I'm afraid. Nicole is worse. Considerably worse.
Oh, honey, that's wonderful news to come home to.
Well, I tried to reach you at the hotel, but they said you'd already checked out.
Oh, well, I'll bet there were more than a few smiles on the faces when the judge awarded custody to Logan, huh?
Believe me, Nancy, this is a case that was very gratifying to win.
I'm just sorry that I wasn't there to be part of the excitement. Logan's especially.
Oh, he's walking around several feet off the ground.
Oh.
And I imagine he will be for some time to come.
Oh, that's great. I think I'll call him and wish him well.
You should. Oh, as soon as the phone is free. Hello?
Hello, Mike?
Oh, hi, Cliff. What's up?
I was working on the Kelly McGrath case, and there's something I need a little clarification on, and that's why I call. Is he around?
As a matter of fact, he's not. Anything I can do to help?
No, I don't think so, Mike. I'll try back later.
Okay. Wonder what that was all about.
What was it?
Cliff wanted to talk to Kelly.
Or is he interested in the problem?
Well, yes. As a matter of fact, I had Cliff sit in on a meeting I had with Kelly this morning.
So you think he really does need a lawyer?
It would be foolish to discount the possibility.
Oh, I can see the storm clouds gathering overhead.
Well, if and when formal charges are made, at least we'll be prepared to protect his rights.
Honey, I remember the night Kelly came home and said he has that job at the Unicorn, and I just wanted so much to say, don't work for Elliot Dorn. I should have said something.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Cliff feels exactly the way we do. He's convinced Kelly did nothing wrong.
Good, that's important.
As a matter of fact, Kelly really opened up with Cliff. Told him all about that ugly incident in Rome. So now, Cliff knows as much about Kelly's background as we do.
Good, I'm glad. Because I don't like secrets. They wind up hurting people sooner or later.
Well, the kid, he claimed he wasn't the one who attacked the girl. He said 3 guys beat him up and dragged him off. There's only one thing wrong with it. The girl said it was him.
Well, didn't he offer any alternate theory?
Yeah, a lot of us have an alternate theory. This girl was Trouble Cliffy with a capital T. She had this Italian boyfriend. She kept him dangling from a string, trying to make him jealous.
Yeah, I heard about that. Obviously, she succeeded.
Yeah, she didn't know she was playing with dynamite, though. Anyway, McGrath, Pollock, the American kid, said that it must have been her boyfriend, and now she was protecting him.
Well, what do you think happened, Pete?
I think he was telling the truth. I'll tell you another thing. This kid has a pretty mean temper, too.
But you're absolutely sure he did not attack that girl. You're right.
Well, look, don't quote me on that, you know. I'm not sure of anything. And I guess we'll never know for sure now.
Well, no, we might be able to locate this girl. She might come forward and change her story.
No, the girl and her family left Rome over 2 months ago. And as for her Italian boyfriend, he'll never say another word. He's dead.
Dead?
Yep. Stabbed to death.
Stabbed?
Uh-huh. Just before McGrath, that Pollock, whatever you want to call him, just before he went back to the States.
Another knife in the back, huh? But he never said a word about it.
You know, if you keep frowning like that, those lines are going to become permanent.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. I am very worried about Nicole. I mean, this anemic condition of hers has lasted too long. Do you realize she spent as much time in the hospital as she has at home?
But I thought it was an accident that put her into the hospital.
Well, I'm not so sure it is.
Oh, I'll get that.
It's just that
Scott Residence. Emily! Oh, my dear, how are you? Well, I mean, I'm just so thrilled to hear your voice. What? Yes. Oh, of course I'll be there tomorrow. Well, yes, just hold on just a minute. Well, it's Emily.
Well, what is she doing on the phone?
She'd like to talk to Mr. Scott.
I'll take it. Thank you. Hello, Emily, how are you?
Hello, April. I'm feeling much better now.
I'm very glad to hear that.
Yes, they let me take walks in the corridor, and I can use the phone whenever I like.
Well, it certainly sounds like progress.
April, I only had one dime, so I can't stay on with you very long. Would you please put your husband on? I really have to talk with him.
Oh, I'm really sorry, Emily, but Draper's running out the door right now. I can take a message.
April, I'm asking you as politely as I can. I really have to talk to Draper. It's very important. Please?
Hold on. She wants to talk to you.
Hello, Emily. I understand that you're feeling a lot better than the last time I saw you.
Yes, I am. I'm much better now.
Good, I'm glad to hear that.
Draper, I really have to see you.
Yeah, I was planning on stopping by.
You won't be met by some vegetable who stares at the ceiling all day. The cobwebs are really beginning to clear now. I know who you are, and I know who I am.
Well, I'm glad everything is so fine, Emily.
But will you come now?
Now? Emily, I can't right now.
No, Draper, if you have any feelings left for me, you'll have to come see me.
Emily, I'll try to get by just as soon as I can.
Tonight, Draper.
Emily, you don't understand. I have work to do tonight.
Draper, it has to be this evening. If you stay away, you'll feel guilty for the rest of your life. Do you understand?
Yeah, that's it. He's here with me, but I'll tell you one thing, he'd have been the darling of some stewardess right now if it hadn't been for Geraldine.
Wait, you mean she was leaving the country again? Despite a court order?
Thought she could get away with it. I guess she didn't mind being a fugitive.
You know, I could see Raven doing that, just running away.
Listen, I gotta go. I just called to tell you everything was fine, and thank you once again for all your help getting my son back. I really...
Where do you get the bail, boss? See you later. Hello, Raven. This is Cliff Nelson, Logan Swift's attorney.
I was hoping I'd never have to hear from you again, Cliff.
Oh, I'll bet you were. I bet you'd like to arrange that, too, huh? Well, I just called to tell you that I'm aware of your travel plans.
Where I go and what I do is none of your business.
I just wanted to remind you that in this state, even attempted kidnapping is a crime. I'd also appreciate it if you wouldn't leave town until I finish conducting the Elliot Dorn murder investigation. I bet you'd want to get far away from this town. 'Cause you have got a very good reason to get out of town. This detective work is tough. Maybe I should remain a lawyer, huh? Tell you one thing, it's probably a lot safer. It's only got dark quick.
If you have any feelings left for me, then you have to see me.
Emily, I'll try to come over as soon as I can.
No, tonight, Draper.
Emily, I've got to work tonight.
It has to be this evening. Look, if you stay away, then you'll feel guilty about it for the rest of your life. Do you understand?
No, I don't understand.
Yes, you do. You know exactly what I mean.
Listen to me, Emily. I've got to go back to my office tonight and pick up a brief. It's very important. It's urgent.
Oh, yes. I know what the word urgent means.
Please deposit 5 cents for the next 5
Draper, I don't have another dime. My time has run out. Is that the way you want it?
Emily? Emily?
Did she hang up on you? What did she say?
She said she wanted to see me tonight.
Well, I gathered that much, but of course you can't. I mean, it's impossible.
She made a threat, April.
What do you mean?
She told me if I didn't come to see her tonight, she might hurt herself.
But this is dreadful. We have to do something about this right away.
Molly is right, Draper. We should contact the hospital, her doctor, or someone.
No, wait a minute. She didn't come right out and say anything.
Oh, she sounded so well. I mean, I was just thrilled to hear her voice sounding almost, just back to normal.
Well, she sounded strong, Molly. It's just that her mood was just so strange.
You know, maybe she's disappointed because you haven't come to the hospital lately. I think that she wants you to see her as a well person.
I think that's a very good possibility, considering the last couple of times I've gone there, she's complained about it.
Look, why don't I call the doctors at the Hathaway Pavilion, talk to them, and see what they have to
What
say?
exactly is it going to do? I mean, what are they going to try to do, restrain her?
Oh, that's awful. If they restrain her now because of this, well, I mean, don't you think that will set her back?
Molly, I don't know what else to do.
You can do as she asks. You can go and see her.
Oh, yes, Mr. Scott. Now, if you were there, you could judge for yourself whether she really needed anything drastic
You can't do
done.
that, Draper. You are due in court in the morning, and you haven't finished your brief.
And I'm not going to finish it unless I get that file from the office. Maybe I could pick it up on my way back from the hospital.
It is at the opposite end of town. I can't do it. I have got to finish this financial report for tomorrow's meeting.
I know that, April. I know that.
I could get it for you, Mr. Scott.
Molly, it is your night off.
Well, I don't mind, really, Mrs. Scott. I don't, especially if it'll help Emily.
Well, what do you think, April? Is it all right?
Oh, of course, of course.
I guess that settles it. Now, look, April, I don't want to feel guilty for the rest of my life because of something I didn't do tonight. Do you understand?
I understand that, Draper.
Molly, you know the address. I'll write down the file number that I need. And I'll also give you a key for the office.
Good, thanks.
I understand it all right.
This is so silly trying to put makeup on without a mirror. Hope I don't overdo it.
Hi, gorgeous.
Hey, there's my mirror. Come on in.
What?
Come here, stand right here in front of me. That's it.
So what is this?
Oh, what a shame you don't wear glasses. But since you don't, you're just going to have to tell me how I look.
You know, you always look beautiful to me. Even without all that stuff on your face.
Sharky, do you think you'd get a mirror for me? I mean, a real mirror. I swear to you I won't cut my wrists.
Yeah, but you know I couldn't do that. They'd kick me out of here so fast.
Sharky, I thought you could do anything.
Don't call me that. My name is Matt.
But everybody calls you Sharky. I hear them in the hallways all the time. Sharky, where are you? Sharky, these floors are filthy. Sharky, get up to Wardy with those towels and sheets.
Oh, I know. Every time there's a dirty job around here, it's Sharky this and Sharky that. But it's not always going to be like that.
I'm sure it won't. I'm sure things are going to work out for you just as they are for me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the nurses keep telling me. But you're really snapping out of it, honey. You may be all well soon. Of course, that's bad news for me.
Is it?
Of course. You'll be getting out of here. I'll miss you.
I'll miss you too. You know, you're the only friend I've had here.
So don't you call your friends by their first names?
I like Sharky. It has a nice mean sound to it. Only I can't decide what you are. Nice or mean.
Well, I can be nice. To nice people.
Oh, no, you don't. That's not nice. You see, I'm a married woman.
Your husband's dead.
Yes, that's true. The man I married is dead. The man I lived with is the only one I ever loved.
You lived with the man? So what happened to him?
He went back to his wife.
Oh. A married man, huh? Well, there's no percentage in that. You ought to know that, honey.
He doesn't love his wife. They're strangers to each other now. He still loves me. That's why he's coming here tonight.
So that's why you wanted me to be your mirror.
You know, he's an attorney, and he's very handsome. And he's gentle and kind.
And not mean. Like a shark?
Sharky, I think you better go now, because my friend will be here pretty soon.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, and see if you can get me that mirror, okay? Or start wearing glasses.
Oh, hi, Kelly.
Hi, Nancy. Welcome home.
Thank you. It's good to be home.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Fine. I took care of Mike just like you asked me to.
Thank you.
Oh, he certainly did. He never once complained about my cooking. Of course, he didn't eat much of it either.
Oh. Well, how is the job hunting going?
Well, I've had 3 interviews in the last 2 days. Even got a haircut, but no luck yet.
Kelly, I have a suggestion. What about television? You know, I've been spending a lot of time down at station WMON replacing Nicole. And I understand that they're thinking about a new children's show. So why don't you go and talk to Geraldine Saxon?
That'd be terrific. Do you think it'd be okay if I called her tonight?
Yeah, probably would. But first, there's another call you should make. To Cliff Nelson.
Cliff? Why?
Well, I don't know what he wanted, but he seemed anxious to talk to you. You could call him now. He's still at the office.
Yeah, sure.
And that means I better get back to my home office. Got a lot of work to do for tomorrow.
Okay.
Dinner in a little while. Will you be joining us, Kelly?
No, I have a date.
Oh, okay.
Well, I thought that I'd better talk to you as soon as possible.
What about?
Well, the story you told me about what happened in Rome.
And?
I'd like to know a little bit more.
There's nothing more than I can tell you.
You know, if there is any attempt to indict you in the Dorn murder, you can be sure the DA's office is going to look into your past. I think I better do it first.
There's nothing more that you can know. I told you that I didn't attack that girl in Rome. It was her boyfriend. She tried to pin it on me just to save his neck.
Well, how did it end?
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. How did it wind up? What happened to you and the girlfriend? What happened to this other guy?
Well, you know what happened to me. I left Rome because I didn't want to cause my parents embarrassment over my bad reputation.
And what about this girl? Karen was her name, right?
Cliff, look, I really don't know what you're trying to get at.
Kelly, there's more to this story than you're telling me. Isn't that true?
Like what?
Like this young hood, the one you said that committed the assault. He was found dead, stabbed to death before you came back to the States. Isn't that true? Kelly, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, level with me. Did you know about this? Did you know he was murdered?
Yes, I knew that.
Then why didn't you say so?
He was probably murdered by one of his friends. It was a personal vendetta.
Yeah, that's exactly what occurred to me. A personal vendetta.
Cliff, are you implying that I had...
Hey, look, I am not implying anything. This is a new element in the case, and a very important element. You should be aware of that. What are you doing this evening?
I got a date.
Can you come over here first?
Can't we do it tomorrow?
Look, Kelly, this can't wait. I mean, let's stop kidding ourselves. We keep saying that the police are going to find Elliot Dorn's murderer, and you're going to be off the hook, right? Well, they haven't found him yet, and they may not. So, I believe your story, but I just don't want anything to go wrong, so you better come over here.
Sure, Cliff. Sure, I'll be right over.
Just look at me. Aren't I completely different from the human vegetable you used to visit?
Yeah. Emily, you look like your old self again.
And you liked my old self, didn't you?
Sure I do.
And I liked you. I liked you so very much. I still do.
Well, I'm glad.
I knew why you said you're glad. It's because I used the word like. Would you have been glad if I'd said, I still love you, Draper?
Emily, you don't love me. The person you loved, you imagined. Emily, you waited 10 years for this person to come back, and you were prepared to love him without even knowing what kind of man he was.
Yes, you're right, you're absolutely right. It was very silly of me. Waiting for Kirk all that time? Falling in love with you because I thought you were he? Wasn't very realistic of me, was it? You know, I think I'm healthier now than I was then.
I'm glad. You certainly seem to be getting better. But Emily, all this talk earlier about hurting yourself if I didn't come to see you, that bothered me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know that was wrong of me. But I didn't mean it. I have too much to live for now.
Well, then I'm glad. I'm glad you realize that life is worth living, even if we can't have everything we want.
At least I know what I want now. And it's not Kirk. And it's not some dream. And it's not some fantasy. I want you, Draper.
Oh, Emily, wait a minute now. That is fantasy.
No, it's real. Draper, I know that you think that you're happy back with your wife, but you know what I think? I think that You never really could have loved her, or else you'd never have done the things that you did.
Emily, I didn't do anything. I was sick. I had no recollection of her.
Well, what about our life together? Last time you were here, you said you had no memory of that.
I don't remember everything, no, some things, but...
Well, I remember everything, Draper. I remember every lovely moment, and that's why I can't just stop loving you. I can't turn it off like it's some sort of light switch. I don't ever want to live in the dark again.
Emily, stop this. Emily, if you keep talking this way, I won't be able to see you again.
Did she tell you to say that?
No.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters except that I love you.
Goodbye, Emily.
There you are. Dinner in about 20 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Ooh, it's chilly.
Mm-hmm. Funny looking sky tonight, too, isn't it?
Honey, what were you just thinking about?
Kelly and Cliff Nelson.
I wonder what was so important that he had to talk to Kelly right away for.
I don't know, but it might have had something to do with what happened to Kelly in Rome.
But you said that Kelly already told him about all that.
Yeah, but Cliff wanted to see if he could get some details on his own. Seems that he knows some guy who worked for the AP in Rome.
And?
That's all I know. Cliff hasn't told me anything yet.
Well, he'll probably just confirm what Kelly said. Don't you think so?
If you mean, do I believe Kelly's story? The answer is yes.
It would be very simple just to call Cliff and find out what the man said.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Probably won't amount to much. Cliff has a habit of exaggerating things.
Car and Scott, Cliff Nelson speaking.
Cliff, it's Mike.
Oh, hi, Mike. How are you?
I wanted to find out if you had a chance to talk to that friend of yours with the AP.
Yeah, I heard from him.
Well, did his story of what happened differ from Kelly's version?
Well, yeah, there were a couple points of difference. Look, could I talk to you about this in the morning?
Okay. Don't work too hard, Cliff.
Good night. Come on, Kelly, where are you? At this rate, I won't be home until 10 o'clock. Let's see. Car and Scott, Cliff Nelson speaking.
Cliff, it's Mike.
Oh, hi, Mike. How are you?
I wanted to find out if you had a chance to talk to that friend of yours with the AP.
Yeah, I heard from him.
Well, did his story of what happened differ from Kelly's version?
Well, yeah, there were a couple points of difference. Look, could I talk to you about this in the morning?
Okay. Don't work too hard, Cliff.
Good night. Come on, Kelly, where are you? At this rate, I won't be home until 10 o'clock. Let's see.
The implication seems to be that Cliff received a different version of Kelly's story.
Well, now, wait a minute, honey. Let's not jump to conclusions, because we know that Kelly told us exactly what my brother told us.
Yeah, we thought he did.
I know that you feel he just hasn't told us everything about what happened.
Well, I've always thought it was strange the way he related what happened. There was never any variation, almost as if he'd memorized what he wanted to say.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, people have a tendency to do that when they're being very careful about how much they want you to know.
Or if they're hiding something.
Nancy, I hope I'm wrong about this. For all we know, Cliff is just...
Over-dramatizing?
Well, he does have a tendency to do that, doesn't he? But when it comes to the practice of law, he usually keeps a level head.
Mike, that's exactly what we have to do now. We shouldn't start to doubt Kelly. I mean, I'm sure he didn't do anything wrong either here or in Rome.
I just wish the police would come up with something.
You know, it isn't really all that long ago that Elliot Dorn was killed.
No, but it's axiomatic in cases with the police like this. Either they come up with the killer within 24 hours, or it takes a very long time.
Kelly must feel as though his life is in suspension. I just wish something would happen.
Well, they still napping?
Mm-hmm. Sleeping like babies.
Very apropos.
Yeah. You know, Jamie really impressed Julia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I could tell by the way she was speechless when, they were in the room together, up until the point where she went to sleep.
I thought that might have something to do with the fact that she doesn't know how to talk yet.
Oh, well, now that you mention it, that could be a contributing factor, but I saw her eyes light up. She does like Jamie.
Well, she's not exactly a sack of potatoes herself, and I'm sure Jamie noticed that.
Yeah. Oh, Logan, I was so looking forward to the two of them growing up together, being lifetime friends.
It is late. Maybe I ought to pack him up and head home.
No, I think you should stay a while. Wait for Draper to come home. He won't be long. I think he'd be very happy to see the two of you together.
Well, I am a proud papa, and I do like to show him off, but I think another time might be better.
Whatever you say.
After all, I don't think I want Draper to come home and discover me alone with his wife once more.
Logan,
Well, I mean, the poor guy must be thinking that I lurk around in the lobby waiting for him to leave.
Logan, that's not even funny.
No. It's not a laughing matter, is it?
No. And whatever residual jealousy Draper may have felt concerning us is gone. I believe that, and you should too.
Okay.
I mean, why? I mean, you must have noticed that change in his attitude lately. As a matter of fact, I think he's coping better than I am.
That's good. That's good. It'll make it much easier for you two to find each other again.
Yeah, we are finding each other. Slowly. But surely.
Probably better now than it was before.
I hope so. But we still have quite a ways to go.
Got a ways to go myself. Probably ought to get going, too, because Geraldine's going to be waiting there to tuck in her grandson in her brand new crib that she got for him, so... Which room did you say he was in?
I'll get him.
That's all right.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Sure I'm not intruding? I mean, I didn't mean to invite myself over here, but I spotted you in the restaurant all alone.
No, it's all right, Gavin. I'm glad for the company.
You're waiting for somebody, right?
Yes, Kelly. But he was supposed to be here 15 minutes ago.
He didn't stand you up, did he?
I have no idea. Maybe he's out somewhere. Maybe I got the times wrong.
Maybe he's out making one of his puppets and forgot all about you.
Come on, Gavin. That's not fair. You know Kelly's puppets are his livelihood.
Okay. I was just joking. He's probably caught in traffic somewhere. You want something to eat while you're waiting?
No, I prefer to wait. But you go ahead.
You sure it's all right? I'm just going to have a sandwich.
Positive.
What can I get for you, sir?
I'd like a ham and Swiss on rye with mustard and a beer, please.
Right.
Thanks. Hey, come on. Don't look like it's the end of the world. So the guy's late. It happens.
It's not Kelly.
What is it, then?
It's my sister.
Oh, that's right. You told me about that, finding her knocked out in the bathroom.
You don't know what I thought when I saw her lying there.
Well, she's okay now, isn't she?
Yes, she didn't suffer any injuries. But that's not what worries me. It's what made her fall in the first place.
I thought it was a slippery floor.
And that's what Nicole says. But I wonder if it's all that simple.
People always want complicated answers, don't they? Why can't things be simple for a change?
I wish they were.
Well, maybe it's because people are too complicated.
Like Martine, for instance.
I knew you were going to come around to that subject eventually.
Why don't you like to talk about her?
There's nothing to talk about. She's just a paying customer.
As opposed to me? A non-paying customer?
You're a student, Jody.
Yes, and I feel like a student when I see Martine dance. She's so fluid, Gavin. The way she moves, the way she holds herself.
She's a professional. She's been at it a long time.
Well, she looks pretty young to me.
Well, she started young.
In New York?
In Paris. She told me she was dancing when she was 11 years old.
Mm-hmm. So was I, but not in Paris. In a backyard in Springfield. And then when I was 12, in a gymnasium at school. Gavin, don't you feel funny seeing her again? Letting her use your studio?
Life is full of weird circumstances.
Is it only a circumstance, a coincidence?
Well, look, she's here to do some dance company, that's all.
But why here?
Why not? Paris has got plenty of companies, so does New York. A lot of places have them. Monticello doesn't have one permanent company.
But she's not from Monticello originally.
No, she's not.
Well, maybe she's here because of you.
Wrong. She didn't have any idea that I was living here. She saw my name in a phone book.
Oh, yeah, that's what she told you.
Well, I believe it. Martine didn't knock herself out keeping tabs on me. She was too busy dancing all around Europe.
But she's here, isn't she? And she's using your studio.
Her theater isn't going to be ready for a couple of months. She needs a place to work out.
Yeah, but there are other studios.
That's enough, Jody, okay? Quit trying to make something sound significant that isn't at all.
I'm sorry.
The truth is, I wish I'd never said yes. I wish she'd take her ballet slippers somewhere else.
Excuse me, are you Jody Travis?
Yes, I am.
It was a good description. Someone on the phone wants to talk to you.
Oh.
You can take it right over there.
Thank you.
Probably Kelly.
Yes, probably. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, Jody.
Kelly? Where are you?
I'm in a phone booth over on William Street.
That's miles from here.
Hey, listen, I'm really sorry about breaking our date tonight, but there's nothing I can do about it. Something very important came up and I can't make it, okay?
Well, that's a shame.
Well, I just wish I was there instead of here, believe me.
Kelly, are you all right?
Sure. I couldn't be better.
Well, you sound kind of shaky.
I'm just upset about having to break our date, but we'll make it another time real soon, okay?
Sure.
Okay, look, I gotta run now. Bye.
Bye.
Think of it this way. If I hadn't come by, you would have eaten alone.
Well, I appreciate it, but you didn't have to pick up the check.
Get it. You're not making money, I am.
Please don't remind me. I have to start looking for a job. I'm not contributing anything to home.
Well, you're contributing something a little bit more than money. You're helping your sister and her husband cope.
Well, still, I wish I could do more for them.
Someday you'll pay them back when you're a famous dancer.
Oh, if that day ever comes.
Would you cut it out? You've got the world's best dancing teacher. What else do you need?
Talent.
Well, you've got that too. And freshness and vitality and all those things count for a lot. You're a better dancer than you think you are.
Well, I wonder if I'm as good as you think I am.
I've seen the potential.
Like you saw in Martine.
Why do we always have to go back to that subject?
Gavin, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Am I as good a dancer now as Martine was when you first met her?
It's not a fair comparison. She started a lot earlier than you did.
She sounds like a tough act to follow.
Don't worry about it.
Do you think I'll ever catch up? Be as good as Martine?
No. You're gonna be better.
Martine! Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Well, Luke is here.
Well, bonsoir to you too, my
It's
dear.
about time. I'm starved.
Yeah, I know. The reservation was for an hour ago. It couldn't be helped.
I'm having hamburgers sent up from room service.
Feed it to the pigeons, Angel. Tonight, you and I are dining in the finest restaurant Monticello has to offer.
Sounds as if one of us had a good day.
You know the Alhambra Theater I told you about?
Mm-hmm.
From now on, it's to be known as the Whitney.
So the deal went through?
Oh, you should have seen this old skinflint I had to deal with. He thought he was being tough as nails. I would have gotten another $50,000 if necessary, though.
I never had any doubt that theater would be yours. You always manage to get what you want.
That theater is going to be ours, Angel. Before you know it, your name is going to be in lights in the marquee. And you'll be able to dance your little heart out 5 nights a week, plus matinees.
When do I make my debut?
Oh, in a month, maybe a little bit longer.
You told me I'd be on stage practically the minute we'd be here.
Well, you may be ready, Angel, but the theater is not. It hasn't been used in quite a while, and it's showing its age. I'm going to have to repaint it and lay new carpeting and probably replace those old seats.
You're going through a lot of trouble and expense, don't you?
You see all that I do for you?
Mm-hmm.
Most dancers spend their time waiting tables, trying to get a job in the second line of some chorus. And you sit around in a nice hotel room while your very own theater is being built for you.
Sometimes I think you treat me too well, Sky.
I spoil you rotten. We both know that. And we both know that you love it.
Oh, I can't wait to get back to work. I just can't wait.
How about some visible sign that you appreciate the effort I'm doing in your behalf?
I was planning to send you a thank you note.
Oh, a thank you note. Well, that's a novel idea.
Hey, wait!
By the way, did I tell you that I'm building an exercise room for you in the basement of the theater?
Uh-huh.
But it is not going to be ready for quite some time. Have you found a place to work out in the meantime?
I already took care of that even before you arrived in Monticello.
Well, aren't you the industrious little hoofer?
I'm a dancer, Sky.
Don't plan on seeing too much of me in the next couple of weeks. There's a lot I've got to do to get ready before opening night.
You're going through a lot of trouble. You're taking a lot of risk with this venture. You don't even know if Monticello can afford a dance troupe.
Well, that is my next little job, to increase the odds in my favor. Where's the phone book, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I am going to call a few of my old friends, say hello, and see how they would like to become patrons of the arts.
Bonne chance.
Why, thank you.
Oh, I know how I would like to put the old bite on.
My dear old Aunt Geraldine, Miss Moneybags herself.
I didn't know you had family in Monticello.
On second thought, maybe I'll wait a while before I do that. The moment she hears my voice on the line, I'll be talking to a dial tone.
Hang up on our nephew? What kind of person is this aunt of yours?
Well, Geraldine comes from the proper side of the family. I'm one of the wild Whitneys. She never did care very much for her husband's brother. She cares even less for his son.
Every family has a black sheep. It's tradition, isn't it?
C'est la vie. What's this? Did you mark down the French restaurants in town?
Remove it, Sky. It isn't important.
Dance studios. I didn't know there'd be so many in Monticello.
Most of them are in a very out-of-the-way section of the city, you know that?
Oh, is this the one you're working out? The one that's circled here?
Yes, it's only a short cab right away.
Wiley Dance Studio? Does this have anything to do with Gavin Wiley?
He owns it. It's quite a coincidence, isn't it?
Find someplace else.
Sorry it took me so long, but I'm afraid Julia was in desperate need of changing.
You're forgiven.
This one yours?
Looks familiar. Claim check 42, one male child, red of hair.
Yeah. Looks like he's ready to call it a night.
Yeah, well, hey, slugger. Eh? You all right? Well, you hang on there a little while. I'll have you tucked in bed.
I'd like you to do me a favor, Jamie, first chance you get.
He's waking up.
I'd like you to have a chat with Daddy here. Heart-to-heart, father-son chat.
That's a good idea. It's about time his old man learned the facts of life.
I want you to give him a good talking to about all this nonsense he's been talking about leaving town.
Well, let's not go into that now, okay?
I want you to tell him how much you like Monticello. How much you want to grow up here. It's your home. Yours and his. And how much you don't want to leave all the people who love you.
You are using unfair tactics, you know that?
I have to. Someone's got to talk sense into you.
Come on, Jim.
Go to Daddy.
There you go. Nasty Bill.
Hello.
Mrs. Scott, I hope the telephone hasn't woken Julia.
Julia sound asleep, Molly. What is it?
I'm still at Mr. Scott's office. I'm afraid.
Well, are you having trouble finding the file? It should be there right on top of a desk.
No. Oh, it's not that, Mrs. Scott. Something dreadful has happened
Molly,
here.
what's wrong?
Well, that partner of Mr. Scott's, the young man, Mr. Nelson.
What happened to Cliff?
Oh, well, he's been stabbed.